The time has come. You've been asking for ophthalmoscopy for the longest time ever, and it's only right that your boy delivers for you. So this is called an ophthalmoscope. This is what we optometrists are known for, coming in really, really close, breathing on you, going. This is how I do it. As I said, not a learning resource tool. You need to make sure the graticule, the filter, is correct. So I filter across, okay, to try and find the largest beam. Okay, you don't want the ones with the crosshairs on there. That's not necessary. And now you need to make sure that the power, that dioptric power of your ophthalmoscope is correct. So starting off at 0. Each ophthalmoscope is different depending on the brands that you use. But this one here, if you were to turn it anti-clockwise, you're going minus power. If you turn it clockwise, it would be going positive. So once it was on 0, plano, then you can check the red reflex or the fundus glow of the patient. And then you rack it up to a plus 10. Plus 10 allows you to examine the adnexa, the lashes, the lids, everything in really nice detail there if you don't have a slit lamp. So that's a clinical obligation on you to do that. But when the time's right and you know it, it's time to look into the posterior eye. So you'll need to have the ophthalmoscope set to the correct power again. What is the correct power? Now, this is where I'm going to flex, and all other emetropic people will also be flexing, because it's a combination of your prescription plus the patient's prescription. So let's say, for example, the patient is plano and I'm plano. Guess what? You don't need to have any power. It just goes at 0. So I want to thank the Laser Eye Clinic in London for my smile surgery, because I am now plano. And if you want to go through life like how I am, make sure you use the code MLS100. I'll do a follow-up video for that later on, but let's focus on ophthalmoscopy. So once you're set at the correct power, say for example, you are a -2, the patient is plano, you need to set your ophthalmoscope to -2, then you move your way in slowly. This will be awkward because you have to get really close to the patient. So just let them know you're going to come in close. You want to inform the patient of every step of the way. So if you're going to put your hand behind their chair, just let them know. The patient will need something to fixate on, so you can set up a white spot on the letter chart. Try to keep both of your eyes open with this particular technique. Because it's direct ophthalmoscopy, the direction you move is actually the direction you're looking in. So you want to move in nasally to see the optic nerve, and you need to check the cardinal gazes. You don't get stereopsis with this, so it's difficult to judge the depth of cupping. But again, looking upwards, when you make the patient look up to the ceiling, you need to come from the bottom and look upwards, basically looking in the direction that the patient is looking to examine that particular quadrant of the retina. As you can see here, I'm pretending to lift up the eyelids. So when you're looking down or making the patient look down, remember to lift up the eyelids. Just let the patient know that you're going to touch them, of course. Once you've done all the cardinal gazes, then you can finish off on the macula, so get the patient to look into the light. This is the most intense bit, so don't do it for too long because they won't like you at all. Do the exact same technique with the left eye, but just remember to switch over the ophthalmoscope to your left eye. As you can see though, everyone makes a request and I always come through. So the least you can do for me, the least you can do is repost the video, click like, click favorite, drop a nice comment. It just helps with support. And also MLS100. For a limited time only, you can get £100 off your smile surgery. Trust me, it's the best decision I made, and I'm very, very grateful for that. So thank you guys very much.